for Game 3 from L.A. and a gorgeous evening tonight with Kike Hernandez, who, you know what, Kike could just relax a regular season and playoffs come and he hits like 470 with 17 home runs. Guy is amazing in the playoffs. And so is Dalton Varsho. Got traded to Toronto and then goes from catcher to outfield. He's been awesome. Hit the big home run against Blake Snell and a big key cog in the middle of that order. And then there's 41-year-old Max Scherzer. He's on the back of baseball's biggest stage. He's making his 4th World Series appearance now. Ask the Blue Jays, and to a man, they say his mere presence gives the team a sense of confidence. You would expect a future Hall of Famer to deliver.
Max Scherzer in the World Series for the 4th time.
41 years old. Turn back the clock, Mad Max. He likes the moment. He wants to be out there. He's emotional. He's animated.
There's nothing that can describe it. You dream of this. You live for this. To have this happen 4 times, to be able to play 4 World Series, you're dreaming when you say stuff like that.
I was ecstatic when we acquired him. You know the pitcher and the name, but then to see the human being come into this environment, I think the world of him. And he's so prepared. He's so focused, so confident. He probably in his wildest dreams didn't think he'd be pitching for the Blue Jays with a chance to win the World Series. So I know he's enjoying every step of the ride.
He's a stone cold killer. He has all the confidence in himself.
5 Ks for Scherzer. He is shredding.
Everybody knows that he's one of the best in the game. He has the pitches to be able to do it, and he's such a good competitor.
Mad Max is defying father time.
It's amazing. You know, you just want to go out there and just compete as hard as you can to try to win the whole thing.
So Scherzer now becomes the first player to pitch in the World Series for 4 different teams. Early in his career with the Tigers, came up huge during the Nationals title run in 2019, and then a couple years ago with the Rangers. And with that, we welcome in our buddy Tom Verducci, of course, part of tonight's broadcast as usual. Tom, Max is pitching in his 32nd postseason game tonight. Has he always had that fire and edge we saw in the ALCS?
Well, I'm glad you asked, KB. A couple of guys at your desk may appreciate this story or not. 2011 ALDS, Max is starting for the first time in the postseason. All his teammates and coaches are telling him, Max, treat it like another game. Max, control your emotions. Max, stay cool. He goes out there, tries to do that, sprays the ball all over the place, walks 2, comes back into the dugout and said, no more cool Max. That was the moment Mad Max was born. Goes out there, throws 6 shutout innings. The louder the crowd, the bigger the moment, the more he loves it. A couple of things to look for early tonight to know that Mad Max is back. Velocity, number 1. Hardest he's thrown in 2 years, his last start. If you see 94s, 95s, even 96, look out. And, of course, that telltale stomp around the back of the mound. That's when you know Mad Max is in full effect. Hard to hit. Easy to read out there.
Oh, that's so good, Tom. Well, we'll find out if the boys liked it. So that same look in his eyes that he became Mad Max against you guys, did we see it last time out, Derek?
We saw it. Look, I want to go to a video that we have here and just show you. As long as Max Scherzer is on the mound with his 2 different color eyes, his intensity, his emotion, he has a chance to turn back the clock, man. We saw it in the ALCS. Right? This is a different team, more experience. It's a better team that he's facing, but he's going to give it all he's got. And the key for Max is going to be deception and execution, right? But one thing you do not have to worry about is he enjoys this moment. The moment's not too big for him. And then we'll see. The question is, how long can he go?
Look, his last outing was electrifying. I mean, he brought to the table something that we haven't seen before the outing, which is fastball, 95 miles an hour, with the combination of keeping the hitter off of balance with a breaking ball that he was burning in front of the plate. They were chasing it. Remember, he was facing a team that was a long ball team. He's facing the same team tonight. So his magic will be if he keep up with a 95 miles an hour to keep those guys chasing it up in the strike zone and then bury that breaking ball so they can keep them, so he can keep them off of balance.
I like that, Poppy. And look, what's been really impressive to see is how he's transformed from from power pitcher to finesse pitcher. Verlander and Steve Sabathia are 2 others. All 3 have pitched into their 40s. But here's what's important for tonight. It has to start with his best pitch, slider, and the slow curveball he had, his best curveball in years against the Mariners. And the only way I think Mad Max has a shot to pitch well tonight, he has to pitch ahead and aggressive. 0-1. The solo home run will not beat you. So pitch 0-1, this team will not chase, and take it from there.
You know what he reminds me of a little bit, I just thought about this, is David Cone, right? When Coney was younger, he had a lot of velocity. As he got older in age, he started trying to trick people, man. He was flipping that slider, breaking ball, changeup. He was throwing anything he could think of, and it was working for him. So I think Max is going to have to do a little bit of that tonight, right? He can't just rear back because he's not throwing 98, 99 like he used to. But he still knows how to pitch, but he needs his control in order to be successful.
I would not be surprised if he can give 12 to 15 out tonight based on what you just say. Try to trick hitter, keep hitter off of balance, and let's not forget, out of the whole starting rotation that the Blue Jay has, he's the one that had the most experience during the playoffs.
I love that. 12 to 15 outs is perfect, Poppy. And the other part is you want to slow the offense down. And what I mean by that is you want to pitch backwards. Slow breaking balls early, slow them down, and with 2 strikes, you can sneak that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Look for that early in the game.
You guys are talking about his velo. You know, he hadn't pitched in 3 weeks when he had his last start, but he still has had a good time. He's had 11 days off, so it's not like he's going on 4 days rest. We'll see early what that velo is. All right, Derek, get a chance to sit down with Mookie Betts, right? He's certainly no stranger to this stage. Take it away, my man.
Yeah, Mookie's gone from a gold glove outfielder to the cornerstone of the infield at shortstop. I spoke to him about the challenge of making that transition and chasing a 4th World Series title. What's up, old man?
Trying to be like you.
What's happening? You all right?
All right, you?
Good, man. Here you are, your 4th World Series. What makes this team so special?
I think just returning with the same group of guys and the camaraderie we built last year, to see it like really translate. You know how it is, man. Just to be in a group, but at a clubhouse with people that you actually love, that you actually want to play for. I think that's what makes this crew special. Like, I feel like everybody really wants to win for each other.
Mookie Betts, what a transformation from right field to short, and one of the best in the game defensively.
6 gold gloves. I'm not shortchanging you, right? 6 gold gloves in right field. You go to second base, play outstanding, go back to right field. Then they put you at shortstop.
He moved from the outfield back to short, and he makes plays like this.
You're like the greatest utility guy in the world, right? But talk to me about the challenges of going to shortstop, playing shortstop. You're a Gold Glove finalist at the position.
To know where you're supposed to be all the time, to be able to make all the tough plays, to essentially be the captain out there. That's something brand new for me. To think about a ground ball here, you got to do this, but a ground ball there, you got to turn 2. To be able to think about all those things and then do it.
And jam him!
That's what really brings the challenge, but that's what makes it fun also.
Betts has got a jump throw on a hop in time. Wow!
Did a jump throw the other day, and I've had all kind of people send me highlights of the jump throw, right? First of all, great job.
Thank you.
Second of all, yeah, I didn't start bouncing it till I was about 38. How old are you now?
I'm 33.
All right, we work on that, man. We can work on it a little bit. So evidently somebody told me last year, I think that you said that you were chasing me with the number of rings.
Mm-hmm.
How many rings you got?
3.
2.5? I'm just playing. Now, look, hold on. Dodger fans, I'm playing. It's a joke amongst friends. I'm just joking. But what makes you think that this team is equipped to win the championship this year?
I think we had started pitching. We can hit. We can do everything pretty much. I mean, it's just a matter of doing it all at the right time. We believe in each other and just going out and doing it. But, if anybody can do it, we can.
Awesome, man. Well, you know how I feel about you. Big fan.
Thank
One
you,
of my
sir.
favorite players.
Thank you for
Good luck to
thank you for all the calls at night.
Yeah.
Helping me out.
No problem, man.
Derek, great job. That was awesome. Really, really cool stuff.
Thank you. And once again, to the sensitive Dodger fans, some of the sensitive Dodger fans, it was a joke because people have tried to discredit the Los Angeles Dodgers championship in 2020, and we know that's not the case.
But Mookie, by the way, as we're talking, is getting the Roberto Clemente Award. You guys know about that, so it kind of gives you an idea what kind of human being he is too, right?
100%. He won the Roberto Clemente Award, which is one of the highest honors you can have as a player because it really has nothing to do with what you're doing on the field. It's all about what you give back to the community, and Mookie's been doing that for a long time. It brings me back to 2017, right? The offseason that year, I was asked who my favorite player was. And I said, my favorite player is Mookie Betts. And I said, I also think he's the best player in baseball. He ended up winning the MVP in 2018. But we talk so much about Ohtani, and rightfully so. And I don't think people really appreciate what Mookie's done. He's 6 gold gloves in right field. He goes to second base, back to the outfield. He's a gold glove finalist at shortstop. I mean, that is hard to do, man. Mookie Betts is one of the best players in baseball, and he's been that way for a long time.
Look, guy, I don't expect less from a player like him. I got this kid under my wing in Boston when he first came up. And look, man, he had so much athleticism on him that switching position, when I saw him switch position, I was like, that's the guy I know, because Mookie is a winner. Mookie is a guy that he will do whatever it takes to bring you to the promised land. And like you say, he's playing in a ball club that has so many superstars that when you look at the sky and you see that many stars, you don't know what to pick, what to choose for. But he is the one guy that behind the scene do everything, give comfort to all his teammates, and make sure that everybody's good to go.
Yeah, and real quick, KB, he reminds me of another LA icon by the name of Irvin Magic Johnson that goes from point guard to center in the 1979-1980 against the Sixers, where he won the title when Kareem went down. It's very hard to do, Pat, like you said.
Really good. All right, how about this Dodgers offense? We know how great they are, but they haven't been their normal selves in this postseason. Is tonight the night they break out?
I think they'll break through for sure. Now, they're only one hot streak, and it has to start with their best player and their leader, Shohei Ohtani. They're one hot streak from winning another title back-to-back for the Dodgers.
I do expect them to break out. Really, if you think about it, the only one that's been hitting has been Will Smith. This lineup has too many great players for all of them to struggle for this extended period of time. I mean, you got Ohtani, you got Freeman, you got Mookie, you got Muncy. There's so many guys. I expect them to start breaking out tonight.
One of my boys called me today, and he said, I'm coming to the house of pain, Papi. I'm like, what you mean? Well, when the Dodgers are playing at home, they became to be a pain for everybody because they attack. I would not be surprised. It's playing in front of this crowd right here. They go off tonight because that's what the Dodgers are.
It's amazing how good the Dodgers have been. You talked about Ohtani. Freddie Freeman, last year's World Series MVP, has 1 RBI in the postseason.
Wow.
Right? So, and they're still winning. Right? That's the amazing thing about it. They haven't even needed it because their starting pitching has been so good. You know, Teoscar Hernandez had 9 RBIs the first 3 games of the postseason, and he's been quiet. So you just feel like it's sometimes this is like a volcano that's getting ready to erupt, and now we'll see if they get a chance to do it.
And Kevin, speaking of volcano, this team, they were cold. They've been playing a long time. Now they got 2 games.
Wake up, 7-4 Los Angeles Dodgers.
I will say this. I think this series is going to go to 7-game series. But I still believe that after the Blue Jays face Yamamoto, the super nasty pitcher, they got a chance tonight against Glasnow. So I would say Blue Jays 6-4.
Dodger fans, get on David now.
Not so fast, Poppy. Not so fast. I think Ohtani goes deep once, maybe twice. I go Dodgers take control of this series 2-1, 6-4 Dodgers.
I will say this note in the playoffs. When Dodgers starters have recorded a single out in the 6th inning, they won every game. The 2 games they did not, they've lost.
Wow.
Keep an eye on that tonight.
Mad Max.
There he is, Max Scherzer, former Dodger, now with the Blue Jays and trying to win another World Series at age 41. He's on the mound tonight. Tyler Glasnow has been spectacular this postseason. He gets the call for the Dodgers, getting closer to the first pitch. Game 3 from Los Angeles coming your way next.
Welcome to the 2025 World Series on Fox, presented by Capital One. And welcome to Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles as this series shifts scenes from the Rogers Center to this baseball cathedral. Game 3 in a best-of-7 that is tied at 1. We welcome you inside. Hope your week's off to a great start. Joe Davis with the Hall of Famer John Smoltz. These teams over the first 2 games of this series have taken turns doing what they do best. In the first game, it was the Blue Jays offense. In the second game, the Dodgers starting pitching, and that matchup is right back in the spotlight here for Game 3. You've got the best hitting team in baseball this year against the guy that's been harder to get a hit against than anybody.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of surprises on the strengths of each ball club. But really what the Dodgers do is they just roll out one stud after another. And for Glasnow, who didn't qualify, if he qualified, he'd even be harder to hit against than Yamamoto. And Yamamoto went 9 and dominated the Blue Jays. Here's what I'm talking about. 177 opponent batting average, and he's been even better when it comes to the postseason. So it's pretty simple. You get a deep start out of the Dodgers starter, and you're probably going to win. But here's one thing to note for tonight. He does walk some players. If they get on base, they got to take advantage. They got to steal.
This Blue Jays offense, this is kind of a theme through this postseason. As good as they've been overall, you're starting to see this big discrepancy in the wins versus the losses. How do they smooth this out?
Well, the biggest thing they do is when they get traffic on, that's when they're dangerous. So the problem is when you get great starting pitching against you, less traffic on the bases. So when they do win, they just bludgeon you. I mean, the stats show it. And when they get those runs, they're going to be hard to beat. Beating a great offensive team is making quality pitches in the strike zone because they're not going to chase much. When they don't do well, that's what the opposing starters have done to them. If the Dodgers continue that, it's going to be tough for the Dodgers.
We got our boys on the field per usual. Let's go down to Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Joe. We all know Max Scherzer runs hot. And tonight, as he becomes the first player to pitch for 4 teams in the World Series, he probably can expect to hear it from fans who recall when the Dodgers were eliminated in 2021 and Scherzer declined to pitch because he had a tired arm. Scherzer, though, thrives off such energy. Before his first career playoff start in 2011 at Yankee Stadium, people told him to calm down. Scherzer, that is not how Mad Max rolls. Now over to Tom Verducci.
Well, thanks, Ken. Tyler Glasnow throws the curveball that drops like a roller coaster, almost 5 feet, the second biggest drop in baseball. Well, keep your hands inside the car and close that safety bar because you're likely to see a lot of spin tonight. The Dodgers threw only 38% fastballs in games 1 and 2, prompting Blue Jays manager John Schneider to say, we need to make an adjustment and hit some hangers. Tyler Glasnow has not allowed a home run on his last 575 curveballs. Joe, it is time to buckle up.
It is time for Game 3. It's the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. This best of 7 has become a best of 5. And in the City of Stars, we got a series with 73 All-Star selections. These two teams combined 9 Cy Youngs, 6 MVPs. But you know, there's only one piece of hardware they're concerned about right now. Dodgers and Blue Jays fighting for the World Series. We've got the first pitch of Game 3 coming up on Fox. Dodgers up 1-0 on the Tasker Hernandez home run. Ohtani on a 1-2, pulls it down the line foul. Well, you're talking about it. Away has been where to go to get him. He doesn't have a hit to the opposite field in more than a month. And that's something that usually he does pretty darn well. Comes back in. It's lifted to deep right field. Towards the corner. Goodbye. Ohtani goes deep. And the Dodgers lead Game 3 on a pair of solo home runs, 2-0. He came inside, and Ohtani went to where he's comfortable going right now.
Well, he sped him up with the curveball, and what I mean by speeding up, he knows now a fastball is going to come, and he's going to get the barrel of the bat as quick as he can to it. Away, he would not have done anything, as we just documented. But that's why.
To be a little more frisky. Yeah, a little froggier out there. But it didn't happen too many times for Vlad Jr. Not usually a menace on the bases. Not going this time. Bichette down the line, a fair ball. Ricochets back into play. Teoscar Hernandez scrambles after it. How fast can Vlad run? Throw to the plate. Play at the plate. He's safe. He scores from first. Toronto leads Game 3. pitch late in the game, I don't care who you are. Location, location, location is the most important thing. Ohtani on the center cut fastball. Blast one. And ties it. Shohei 5-5. Once in forever, Shohei Ohtani, who will start Game 4 in 24 hours. He has tied Game 3 with his second home run of the night. And he's tied Frank Isbell as the only guys in World Series history with 4 extra base hits in one game.
Unbelievable. And just as soon as you get out of your mouth, location, location, location. You cannot miss there. And that meeting was probably a reinforcement, and he did. He pulled that fastball right down the middle.